Hi, my name is Christine Hill. I have been junior high science teacher here at Costa for the last 32 years. And I'm a hands-on teacher, so this is wonderful. You know, the opportunities with these blocks are amazing. They love using them, I must admit, they really do. They come and say, are we going to use Lux blocks today? No, we're not. We're going to have to study some theory, sorry. And when can we use them? We were looking at water molecules, in fact, with the 8th grade. We used the Lux blocks to make models of the water molecule because there was one in that book that you gave us. So we very successfully, in fact, and the students really enjoyed, you know, using them. Initially they thought, oh, I can't do this. I said, yes, you can. And with a little practice, they were accomplishing all kinds of things. It was great, absolutely. And then we also used them, in fact, to make models of a virus. You know, we were basically looking at viral templates and trying to see what we could create, you know, with our Lux blocks. And I've used Lux many, many times in the classroom. We use them for making models of structural things like bridges. We've used them for making models of, well, currently we're working on making a model of a well, you know, a water well that you could, in theory, extract water from. We've used them to make models of viruses, many things, in fact. Let's say water molecules. Last time we were looking with the 4th grade at things that lived in water. So we had these pictures and they were constructing jellyfish, for example, out of and some of them were so creative. You know, it was really impressive as to how many things they could come up with and looked realistic, you know, from spiders and jellyfish and so on and so forth. They have fun. They really benefit, I think, from using these because kids like hands-on projects. And I'm a big believer in kids learning with hands-on, and this gives them a perfect opportunity, in fact, to do that. This is great. But basically, it makes a 3-dimensional model of something. Rather than just doing a flat picture of something, you can get that 3-dimensional image, which I think is important. You know, whether that be life science or physical science or chemistry, you can still use it to make 3-dimensional models for them. So I think it really has helped. Lux has enhanced my teaching in many ways. Firstly, it gives the students an opportunity to see things in 3 dimensions. And rather than just doing a flat, you know, picture basically of something, if they can hold it in their hands as well, they're more likely to remember something that they've made other than just basically my telling them. So Lux blocks are certainly enhanced teaching. Learning and behavior have been improved, in fact, by using Lux blocks. They're more enthusiastic, in fact, to come into the room, and they want to learn more about something by building something with the Lux blocks. They want to build things, okay, and they don't want to build, the older children don't want to build a toy. They want to actually make something concrete, something that they've been studying, excuse me, whether it be in life science. In particular here, we've been studying viruses, and basically it's given them an enthusiasm to build something in 3 dimensions again. My students know that I'm a hands-on teacher, and this has really improved, in fact, the ability to be able to give them that opportunity. It certainly has created a more harmonious atmosphere in the classroom. Students, in fact, who in the past have not got on with each other, have enjoyed working in a group, and they haven't excluded other people, which, you know, the students tend to do. You know, you're not my friend today, but using these, they've come together as a group, and it's amazing, and it's great to see, you know, how they have come together. Again, some of the students have had difficulty initially in putting them together. And I had to basically, and in fact they showed each other more than I showed them. Students are better at it than I am, believe me. You know, they seem to be much more agile, more dexterous with their hands than I am. So I would say that they help each other in doing these things, that they really do, more than you would expect. And there are always 1 or 2 students who are left out, and that has not been so. You know, using these. They like to see what somebody else is doing. You know, oh, you're making that, well, I could try that too. I would say that collaboration has increased dramatically, very, very dramatically, in that they've come together to make something. The different groups, basically, we've had students changing from one group to another. They felt they could help and collaborate in this group more than they could in another group. So they have been amazing, in fact, in their collaboration with each other. With the blocks, which otherwise you didn't tend to see. You know, if you were doing a straightforward lab experiment, well, I don't want to work with him, I don't want to work with her. But using this, it's amazing how much collaboration you could come into my room and actually see. I would say that any teacher who wants to use these Lux blocks basically should try, because I think that once they have tried using them and seen the different things that you can do with them, they would welcome them into their classroom. And say from across the board in terms of grade, whether you use them in science or social studies or math, there are so many opportunities to use these Lux blocks, in fact, across the board. I would unhesitatingly recommend these to any teacher. I think once they've tried it, they will then become as enthusiastic as I am to use them. It's not limited in any aspect. You can make medieval castles with them, for example, and if you're studying social studies. If you're using them in the science class, as I said previously, you can use them to make any kind of scientific model. So I think once they've seen them, once they've seen what they can do with them, they would want them in their classroom straight away.